What's up, guys? Happy Saturday. Thank you very much for joining us back again on the channel. Thanks for the existing subs, and thank you very much for all your new subs that have come along. Very humble and blessed to have you. This video format for this week is slightly different. It's not an emergency site visit. This is job in plumbing, and it's trace and access of a leak. Do not worry, we're not getting rid of our emergency plumbing site visit videos. They will be continuing. We are just wanting to do other stuff on the channel as well. So this is normal day work, if you like, and not emergency call out work. Hope you enjoy. Thanks again for your time, guys. Alright guys, so I am jobbing today. I'm going to put some jobbing videos up on this channel as well. They may be a bit more popular than the longer site visits, or I don't know, the channel's new, so let's see what happens. But anyway, I am at a leak today from a shower tray, a huge shower tray, and I tried to put my phone in here to record, but it was too fat. So I'm going to try the GoPro. The advantage with the GoPro is, as you can see, I can use it as an inspection camera as well, because it's very small. So if I can get my hand in there and a bit of light, we'll be able to see what's going on, hopefully. So I'm just going to take the GoPro out of housing. And I'll stick that to one side, but yeah, as you can see, this leak's been going for quite a while. Somebody has already kindly removed that tile and applied backing, so I'm going to try and get my torch in the corner, and then we can have a look to see what we can see. Okay, so there's the waste pipe. Might need to move the inspection lamp down a bit. There we go. So yeah, turn that around, so there's a block of wood there, so we can't see past there. So what I want to do is get to the shower trap, which is right here. So that block of wood, I'm guessing, is about where that second cream bottle is. So we're going to have to remove this tile as well. So I'll get that done, and then I will show you my methodology for finding leaks on showers. Generally works quite well. Been using it for years.
You so extra, but I know I'm the same. Yeah. Love me in spite of my trauma. Give me what I need instead of the drama. 'Cause when it pop off, it's like, oh my, all good all day, but the night we be going so hard on a me what we on a day, babe. I could keep that same energy. When you go low, I go low too. But you'd rather stay high, I know you. Can we stay high, babe? I'd rather be on that wave, tryna control our emotions. If we on the right side of passion, we could share love in the ocean. But if you wanna go insane either way, baby, we could go all night. We could do it all night. We could go all night, all night. Do we heal, do we bleed? I'ma follow your lead, but we could go all night. Now all of my calls go to voicemail. I block you so I don't raise hell. Should've talked through it in detail. Our separate ways ain't gon' end well, no. But when we get back, it's like, oh my. All bad all day, but the nights I get that good till we act right. So tell me what we on a day, babe. I could keep that same energy. When you go low, I go low too. You'd rather stay high, I know you. Can we stay high, babe? I'd rather be on that wave, tryna control our emotions. If we on the right side of passion, we could share love in the ocean. But if you wanna go insane either way, baby, we could go all night. We could do it all night. We could go all night, all night. Do we heal, do we bleed? I'ma follow your lead. Look, we could go on.
Okay. I've been calm, cool, collected, but you pushing on my nerves, and I'm knowing your intention. I'm under pressure. Okay, I'm admitting that a couple things I said got acidic in the tone. In the presence, I get careless. Long as you know I come with imperfections. When you look at me, you see the soul through my flesh. You something special. Know you looking bomb, the way you dress it, gone flex it, hold it still and let my mind digest. You got the leverage, you got the upper handle on the situation. You worthy of a million more of the storms that we weathered. We fight retreating this, but you trying to kill the cycle. When nobody's stressing that body like me, I know the way you like it. I treat you like a queen, run the castle, you a treasure. Feel like you setting fire to my desire for the pleasure. You a gem, got me blameless, make amends, know you can, I'm out here
trying to control our emotions. If we on the right side of passion, we can share love in the ocean. But if you wanna go insane either way, baby, we could go all night. We could go all night. We could go all night. Do we heal, do we bleed? I'ma follow your lead, but we could go all night.
Okay guys, so as you've just seen, couldn't get the backing boards off the ply with the tile. Unlike the first one came off, I didn't do that one, but these tiles are very lightly, I don't know if that's tile adhesive or whether that's grip fill. Anyway, whatever it is, they came off of it anyway, but these boards are completely shot anyway. The middle one's not too bad, but the one on the end certainly needs replacing. So it looks like they've got a leak this side of the shower as well. So it may be one leak, or the shower may have multiple leaks. Just had a quick scan over the silicone as well. That's not in very good order. Neither is the grout either, so there's lots of places on this job where it could be leaking. So let's try and get these boards off, and then I will go through the process that I use to find leaks, or more than one leak. Let's have a look anyway. Let me put you guys back over here. Yeah, so some of these boards have been mechanically screwed in, and others I don't think there's any screws in this one. I think this one might just have grip fill or some sort of sealant holding it on. Have a little look. Yeah, so that one's just been sealed on. Anywho, let's get that one up there, and then we'll get this one off here. Yeah, that screw's completely had it as well. So this is really quite rotten. Had lots of water going on here for quite an extended period of time to get that amount of black mould. So all of this is going to need to be ripped out by the looks of it. That's beyond saving. Right, let's go through now with so what we'll do now is we will go through together process of checking for leaks. Just take my little footsies off, my foot coverings, and move the stuff out of the shower for the customer. And then I'm also going to move this cover here and use the shower head. So we're going to unscrew the hose, just throw that down there. Okay, so the first job to do is run the shower just on the tray itself, so we can check the waste outlet and underneath as well to see whether there's any leaks going on there. I'm just going to move these tiles, bear with me. Let's give this shower a run. So the bottom one is the one that we need. So I'm just going to leave it trickling like that. Not running it too fast at first. We're just going to check the waste outlet. Make sure we've got no leaks under there. So running the bottom section of this shower. And we'll have a good look under here. Let me try and move this so it's more like a selfie for you guys. A selfie stick. There. And we can see whether we've got any leaks on the trap itself. Taking some job photos, so we'll let that run. Doesn't look like there's anything there. The water that's underneath is consistent with the back of the shower and the front edge over here. fairly dry along the back. But we'll double check that as well. Let's toilet a flush. How are we going, guys? Yeah, there's nothing there, is there? It's been siliconed, which isn't correct, but it's not leaking. Phil. Right, so I'm just going to update the customer where we're at, and then we'll move on to checking this silicon next. That's the next highest point, so that's the second stage of my leak investigation. And before the customer comes, so we're going to check all of the silicon around the shower tray and on this door as well to see whether this is leaking. So basically we just start from the lowest point and work our way up. So silicon next, trap looks okay. We'll keep an eye on the trap though as we're running the water, just to make sure that there's nothing there, but it certainly looks bone dry under there, so nothing there to write home about. So most of the leaking is in this corner here by the looks of it, and over here. This looks consistent with water as people are getting in and out the shower, and it's not been sealed on the bottom properly, and you're getting transfer of water because the floor's dry behind it. So it just looks like on this edge of this timber, that's where that's getting wet. So over here, could be a couple of things. Could be the shower screen, the tiles, or the grouting, or the silicon. So we'll do the silicon next, and yeah, I'll be back in a minute once I've spoken to the customer. Hey mate, so just give you a quick update of where we're at. I like updating people as we go through rather than giving you a massive update at the end and then you forget it. Yeah, well, not so that. It's easier for you to follow if I give it in bite-sized pieces. Right, so I've taken off the tiles all at the front. So the trap underneath, thus far, is looking pretty good. The floor's nice and dry, the concrete screed. Nice. So it doesn't look like you've got an issue with the trap itself, but we'll keep running water. So as you can see at the moment, I'm running the hose and that's going down into the trap. So that's the first thing we check. So when we're looking for leaks, it's a very methodical approach. So we'll start off at the lowest point being the trap. So that's looking good so far. Our next inquiry then is to check the seals around the shower tray, so the white silicone, and the seal around this shower door as well, yeah sure. The screen, to see whether we can replicate any leaks on there. But from what I'm seeing, you've got a leak over this side where you step out the shower, but that looks like that is only on the front edge. It's dry behind, so it looks like just where it's not, where these sealed tiles haven't been sealed 100%. You're getting transfer of water as you guys are getting in and out the shower. So that's all that is. But the timber there is shot, so it all needs to be changed. Because it's full of black mould, and that's not good for your health. And then over here, this looks very much like where the problem area is, because if you compare the concrete screed here that's dry and you look over here, it's really wet, Yeah. So this looks like where this is a majority of where your leaking is occurring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that gun you have? Or is that just a light?
So this is my GoPro.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Yeah. So I can take it in and out, and I can get into really tight areas. And the good thing about it is I can use my phone as a second screen.
Yeah, nice.
So it helps me out no end. So I'm going to run the silicone seal, the hose around silicone seal edges now, just to see whether they're okay.
Cool.
But before I've done that as well, I've checked the back of the shower as far as I can see, right on the back walls.
Yeah.
It does look like you've got mould on the back walls as well, especially particularly over here.
On the back walls.
Yeah, so if I move my fat arse out of the way in a second, you'll be able to see, if you look past this trap and go right to the back, you'll see like white splodges on the wall.
Yeah.
That's mould, and that pretty much spreads all the way across the wall.
Oh yeah, I can
so
see
that's usually because there's a leak on that side as well, and that's normally because of a leak on the shower seal, the tray, or the grout, or you might have a cracked tile and it's getting water behind it. So either way, what this job is looking like, to be honest with you, is for everything to be removed, redone and put back again, because it looks like you've got more than one issue here. It's a few leaks.
Luckily I don't have to pay for any.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Are you guys letting?
Well, he owns it.
Oh, he owns it.
And I'm just the
okay.
simple tenant.
You're not simple. I'm a tenant too, right? We're special. They need us.
So basically, just to summarise, you said there's mould on the back here.
You're going to see. I'm going to take some photos anyway and attach them to the job report. So everything I tell you, I just like to tell you, so you know. You don't have to remember any of it because it's all going on the job report with photos. So don't think that this is an exercise in remembering stuff. So whoever's paying for this job today, they'll get the job report as a PDF with all of the photos. But we just like to check everything while we're here. But from what I've seen so far, you've got like 3 or 4 different issues going on here, which is
probably
not
easy.
It's probably because you want to replace this timber and everything. So it's looking like that it's going to be go to like a rip out and be.
Would that be something that you'd do?
Yeah, I mean we can do it. We can do it. We can do the tiling as well if you like.
Yeah, because I don't know if that's the same thing, but there's kind of like brown stains on the thing there. Is that probably because of it coming through there as well? Yeah,
so what you'll find is like if you look at the grout lines, like the grout over the time starts to crumble. Yeah. If it's unless it's been done really well. Like mould there at the top there. Yeah, you start getting water going behind the tiles, and that can transfer up to the wall because once it hits the plasterboard, which is behind the tiles, it's like a sponge. It just soaks up the moisture. So it might be that the owner of the property wants to let their insurance company in on this as well, because it's in the realms, as far as I can see, is a usage leak. So what you're not normally covered for, unless you've got a good insurance policy, is trace and access, but you will be covered for the damage that the leak has caused. So all of this should be covered under normal insurance.
Okay, cool.
So it's a point to note, like if he wants to, it depends what his excess is, I don't know.
Well, yeah, I'll ask, I'll let him know. That's really good to know, actually.
Yeah, but I'll take photos so it's clear, what I see. But I can see water staining and mould in quite a few places. Yeah. Okay. So I think it's going to be easier just to rip this one out, my friend.
Up until this comes out, is it okay to use?
Yeah. I mean, just leave doors, windows open. This timber's not going back today, so it's going to dry out quite quickly.
We'll bin that, right?
Yeah, we'll bin that today, mate. I mean, just don't leave it for months and months and months, because it's going to continue to cause damage to the property.
No, he'll want to do this ASAP, because this has actually been something that's been a thing that we've been looking to sort for a while. We haven't at least really got stressed about it. So
not a problem.
Cool. Thanks, man.
All right. Yeah. So
we'll send it all in the report.
Yeah, we'll do it all in the report. I'll do a couple more photos and I'll check the other stuff as well for completeness. But that's where we're at, my friend.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right, guys. So let's get on with doing the seals now. So I'm not sure whether you can see what I see. It might be coming out. Let me take the camera out again and stick you guys in the hole. And you can probably see what I'm seeing then. So yeah, this leak here is because of people stepping out the shower and where it hasn't been sealed. It's dry behind there on the floor. At the back it looks fairly dry as well, but as you go from where we are right to left, you'll see, if you look along the back wall, in fact I might be able to zoom in for you if I can. Let me see, I might be able to zoom in. I'm not sure whether I can whilst I'm filming. Probably can. Bear with me, guys. Let me just sort my life out. No. I have to reopen the program. Let's see. Yeah. Can't do it on my phone. Might be able to do it on my screen. Let's have a little look. I can unlock it. Yeah, no, I'll add some photos to it, guys. You just have to take my word for it. But I'll add some photos to this as well so you can see. But basically all along the back edge there of the wall there's mould. There's also, if you look at where my finger is, the bit of timber in front of that. So on the concrete screed there's what we call a snail trail where water's run along the back. As well, it looks just like a shadow, but it is actually where water's been pooling along the back as well. And then you've got over here, if you can just see there, a point there, right there on the concrete screed, you can see that there's a darker patch. That's where it's wet, and the moisture looks like it's coming from this side predominantly. Because if you look on this edge of this bit of freebie 2, you can see that where the grain of the wood is at the bottom, it's all wet there as well. So everything is pointing mainly to this end of the shower rather than the other end. So you want to look at these little things as well. They give you little clues when you're trying to trace and access leaks. But yeah, so I'll take some photos so you guys can see the back of that wall. I know in my last video it did come out, it didn't look like it did, but you could see a leak. So you might be able to see it because I was using my GoPro before. I'll have a look when I'm editing. Right, let's get going with this. So because this is such a big shower as well, what I want to try to do is break this into thirds. So I'll do this third first. So this wall here, the silicone, and along. Because if you wet everything in one go, you won't know what's leaking to what's not leaking. But all of this silicone looks like a likely candidate. It's all lifting in places, so I'll be surprised if it's not leaking. And then you can see just here there's a crack in this tile, so that's where the wall's moved, and that's likely because there's a lot of moisture behind it as well. Yeah, so I can't come too close to the where you step into the shower because it's already leaking down there. the water wouldn't normally go that far around. Right, so that should be enough now to have a look. So let's see what I see. So there's nothing immediately obvious, but that back wall now is starting to glisten a little bit, which means it's getting wet. So it does actually look like it's plywood and not plasterboard. It's interesting. I'm not sure why they've done that, but that's not done right. You can see the board at the bottom, and where it's been cut out you can see the saw marks. So it definitely is plywood, but not right either way. So let's now move across to this side and have a look and clear these cobwebs, and you should be able to see all of that white, looks like icing on the back wall. That is actually mould, with speckled with some black mould as well. So you've got white mould and black mould going on over there. So it's definitely leaking on that back wall. And then let's now wet up this middle section of the shower. As I say, I don't do too much in one go, because it could be that you've got multiple leaks. But this doesn't look like it's been sealed properly anyway. You look at that mess in the corner over there. Right, let's have a look now. Okay, well it's not streaming down there, but you might be able to see that the concrete screed has got a bit wetter now. That shadow, well it probably looks like a shadow to you, I'm not sure whether you can see it, but it's definitely getting wider. So there is a leak over there, and it's likely on those seals. So yeah, again it looks like there's lots of different things going on this job. Right, let's get this last bit done over here. I'll do the door in a minute separately, but again the door looks like a likely candidate for leaking as well. So I think with this job it would be just quicker just to rip it all out and start again, rather than trying to put sticky plasters over stuff. You've got a huge gap over there by the looks of it in that wall as well. And there's a couple of spaces of tiles that are missing grout that I can see as well. You want to be looking out for those as well, as well as the cracked tiles that I've shown you. They'll all generate leaks. Okay, let's have a look at that now. Under there. Yeah, so if I put the guys there, hopefully you can see the back edge of that wall now, and then we're going to move over to the left. Now I can't really get in there because the toilet's there, so I use my GoPro and my phone as a second screen, which is a great thing with GoPros. to yeah. Yeah, so you can't really see much under there, to be honest, under that section. So you guys are in this section here at the moment. So this one here. So we're going to go into that one over there now. Have a look. But you can see straight away over here. Hopefully you can see that. Let me bring it back a minute. So over in this corner here, it's glistening, and this looks like the area that gets the most amount of damage from the water. So this looks like the one that needs the most amount doing to it. And yeah, I'm just going to take a photo of under there, or a screenshot while we're here. But it is all over on that back wall by the looks of it. Okay, so let's I'll probably zoom in on these on the video so you guys can see the photos as well. But yeah, there as well, it's looking very wet. So yeah, so we've got a leaking shower tray that the silicone all needs to be redone on, and then in this corner over here you've got, it looks like a gap but it's not, it's just mould. So we would normally silicone the corners of showers where the two opposing walls meet, just to allow for movement, because if you just grout, that grout's going to crack and it's going to leave holes. So yeah, always seal your corners as well. But yeah, you can see all along here it's starting to lift. So let's do this shower tray, not shower tray, let's do the shower screen last, just for completeness. So how this would normally work is when somebody's using the shower, the water that's coming through the hose is actually hitting them and then it's bouncing off of them. So normally when you have a shower, you'll see that the water runs down the walls. So this is what this is replicating now. Obviously I'm not going to have a shower in someone's shower because that would be weird. So I'm trying to replicate the movement of where the water would go in order to try and find where it's leaking. So I'll check this hinge. It's not a hinge, is it? It's a fixing. That's a likely candidate as well. If that's not sealed properly, they would have screwed that to the wall. You've got one at the bottom and one right at the top. The top one won't get wet, but the bottom one certainly will. So we'll just run some water through there, and then we'll have another look. Okay, let's go and have a look now. See if we can see anything. Yeah, straight away you can see there, guys, the water streaming down, and in the corner there the water's streaming down. So that's coming from this door. Oh, not door, I keep calling it a door, it's not a door, is it? It's a screen. Or the mounting bracket. Right, so we will update the client now, because I've definitely seen it, a leak now. Yeah, so just I found that you can actually see leaking, so that's good. Okay, so yes, yeah, go on, blow your nose, mate, not a problem. So what we do when we check the seals, because it would be the same process for a bath as well, because they're longer. Yeah. We break it up into sections. So I've used the timbers to break up the sections. So I've done it into thirds. Yeah. So 3 sections. So we've run this. Can't see much around the back or on this leading edge over here. Yeah. But what I can see is, as I said before, water coming down here. Yeah. So when you're getting in and out of the showers, that's what all is there. But there's nothing really much on the back edge there. It starts about halfway along the back of the wall. You can start seeing the mould along the back of the wall, and it gradually gets worse as it goes into this top of the shower where the controls are. Yeah. So you've got a leak on this door. I keep calling it a door. It's a screen. Yeah. And possibly the fixing kit's got a leak on it as well. Yeah. But you'll see in a minute if I get in the shower. If you look down in this corner down here, you'll see that it will start dripping quite heavily. Okay. So that's where it is. So just be mindful when you guys are using the shower. So I'm just going to run some water. Can you see it? Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's good to video you do that.
I've got it on here, but you can do a video as well if you like. I'll take some photos as well. Yeah. Can you see it? Yeah. Yeah. So that's where a majority of your leak is. That's the worst bit. That's the worst bit. You've probably got a few little leaks as well. You can see like the silicone is starting to lift on the edges.
Is that from bad work, or is
yeah, it's just not been sealed properly. The corner of the shower where the 2 opposing tile walls meet, that normally has a seal going down it as well. That's not been put in on this occasion. So even though this looks like a gap here, it's not actually a gap, it's mould. Yeah. But the most prevalent part of that is that walls move, and if it's just been grouted, that grout will crack over time. Yeah. That can allow water in as well. And then, as I say, this fixing kit over here, it's I mean, we definitely know that this is leaking here, but this is also a likely candidate to leak as well, especially if they haven't sealed it properly to the wall. Yeah. But yeah,
so there's probably smaller ones all around the back.
There's definitely small ones all around the back, and the reason that you know that is because, as I say, I'll take some photos, but if you look underneath you can see the mould on the back of the wall, but also you've got tiles that are cracking. If you can see here, this is a hairline crack. Yeah. So on this one, that's got a hairline crack, but it actually transfers up to the next tile and the one above it. So what that tells me is that there's moisture getting in behind here, and it's pushing the tiles forward, which is blowing the tiles, which is causing them to crack. If you get your finger and gently rub over it, you'll feel the crack. Yeah, I can actually you can see it, but sometimes you can't see them. You have to feel. It's got a slightly raised edge, and it runs down perpendicular. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by. Sorry, my camera dropped out. I think because I took it out of the case, and I think my fat fingers turned the off button off. So yeah, you missed a little bit of it, but not too much. You got the gist anyway. So yeah, thanks for stopping by, and stay safe. Click like, subscribe, leave comments down below. Let me know what you liked, what you didn't like. If you got some value out of the video, taught you something new, let us know as well. It's always good to share the knowledge. It's not something that we get taught how to do. So let us know, guys. Thanks a lot. See you on the next one.